Alright, cool. So now we're gonna take some time to look at some really nice Town Hall 9 raids. We have a couple of members that have been learning how to LavaLoonion, myself being one of them. I actually purchased some gems and gemmed my Lava Hounds to level 2. And this war I thought I was gonna, come in strong and get 2 back-to-back 3 stars. And I made some small mistakes that cost me my raids. And so what I want to do is show you guys the mistakes I made and how they could have been corrected. And I'm also going to show you one of my other clanmates, Kosnir, who has been also working on his LavaLoonion, and how he did it. He actually cleaned up my first failed attempt. So here's his first raid against George III. We're going to show his. This is going to be a successful LavaLoonion attack. You can see here with this base, what you look for in a LavaLoon attack is air defenses that don't have overlapping coverage. There is a little bit of overlapping coverage on this base, but as you see, the expos are in ground mode, and the air defenses are not maxed. So this is a very easy base for LavaLoonion to take out. The nice thing about LavaLoonion with 4 or 5 hounds is that you don't have to worry about the clan castle lure. You actually want the clan castle to come out and to focus on your hounds, because you want the hounds to die. You don't take any minions. All you're doing here is just using the hounds as tanks. The balloons come in to be the DPS, and then after the balloons have taken out those air defenses, the lava pups actually do all of the cleanup for you. So the lava pups under a rage are going to be able to take care of the clan castle, and again, you want the hounds to die because you need the lava pups. So let's watch Kosnir here. He's dropping these hounds like this. You can see how he spread them out. That is so that they pick up any kind of air bombs. He doesn't want those balloons to be taking any air bombs, so he's done an excellent job of spacing those out. Here come the balloons in behind the hounds. He's got a clan castle of balloons. So now that his pups have exploded, now he uses the rages. And that's exactly when you need to use them, because now those pups are going to be under rage and be able to take out the clan castle. His rage on the right was a little premature and not placed properly, and I think he knows that. But anyway, as you can see here, enemy clan castle is about to go down to some balloon splash damage. He's still got, it looks like 3 hounds alive. Maybe it's 2? It's 3. He's got 3 hounds alive. So again, these hounds are still tanking. You can see here, the Archer Queen's about to get ruined. These pups are under this rage, and they just took her out, no problem. So his balloons here rotating around. Now he has 1 more lava hound alive. This one has exploded. Those pups are now going to start with the cleanup. Balloons still rotating around the base. Now his last pup exploded, and now his loons are going to be able to take out these last couple defenses. Again, you can see here, he's got pups rotating around the base, cleaning up. The only thing that's left is this air defense and that wizard tower, and he's got plenty of pups to be able to come in and take out the air defense. Now, I would be concerned about the wizard tower, except that the queen is coming in here, and she's going to be able to help. He kind of got lucky on this one. I think if he would have got his first rage properly placed, maybe this raid would have been a little bit cleaner. But again, I think that's what speaks to one of the strengths of the strategy is you have some room for error. He did mess up a few things on this raid, and he still got a 3-star. So, great 3-star. Started off the raid early, and started off the war early with a good 3-star raid, LavaLoonion. So, Kosnir did this first, so then I went in for my raid, and we'll watch it, and I'll show you guys where I messed up. My second one. Okay. So here's my first raid. Again, the air defenses are very spread out, so this is an ideal base for LavaLoon. When I dropped my hounds, I messed up where they were. So as you can see, I've spread them out here. 3 on the top because it was a higher level defense, and then I tried to put 2 on this other one, but I dropped one of the hounds just way too far away, and he went to this air defense all by himself. So without backup from my balloons, this hound is basically just going to be irrelevant, and it's going to ruin the raid. I also used that first rage way too early. The only time you want to use a rage the way I'm using them here is when you're using a more targeted LavaLoon attack, like if you take out a couple of air defenses with hogs, and then you only have these 2 air defenses to worry about. In this case, though, the rages are really important for having the pups kill off the enemy clan castle. And as you can see here, the enemy clan castle is going to split in half because of my bad deployment. and the pups are not under a rage, and those enemy clan castle is just wrecking my balloons. I really needed my balloons to all stay in a single pack behind the lava hounds, and because of my bad deployment, this raid got messed up. And you know, wish I could have done better, but yeah, I had some mistakes and I learned from them. So you can see here, there's still some clan castle troops chasing my balloons around, taking them out, you know. And those clan castle troops were really what really ruined the raid. But the reason they split up like that is because I had bad deployment. So super disappointing. So anyway, my second raid went quite a lot better, but I overthought it a little bit. So I'll show you guys that and explain how I messed up. But first, I want to show Cosnier's raid because he raided that same base and he 3-starred it. So he corrected the mistakes that I made. I just need to find, actually, probably just has the best raid against that base. It'd be easier. Yeah, I think it was 12. Yep. So as you can see here, Cosnier is using the exact same army composition as me, no different. And watch when he drops his hounds, he's going to do a much better job than me. So he kept his hounds, you know, he dropped all the hounds first, which is something to note. Dropped all the hounds first, then dropped the balloons. And you can see he's holding off on the rages because he knows he wants the hounds to die. The importance of the rages is to help the pups kill off the clan castle when they engage your troops. So I don't think he needed to use that second rage right away. His lava hounds are just tanking like bosses. So another one finally popped. Another one popped. He still got one more alive. But enemy clan castle is almost dealt with here. These pups are coming over. They're going to take out that last wizard. And he basically just used that last rage to speed his balloons up. It wasn't really needed. So as you can see now, he's got pups all over the whole base. Plenty of time to clean up this raid. Luckily that Tesla's focusing the king, so it's going to allow these balloons to clean it up. You know, it's almost like he didn't even need the heroes. But I think that king tanking the Tesla did make a big difference for his balloons. So now he's in full cleanup mode. All of his lava hounds exploded, and that's really the key to this strategy. Is your lava hounds all have to explode. So if you keep your lava hounds alive, then they end up not exploding, and then you don't have the cleanup required to take out the base. So it is really important that they die. But as you can see here, you know, he's probably got about 2 hounds worth of pups left over, and that's going to be more than enough to clean this base up. No problem. Yeah. So the AQ did actually help out a lot on the south side, taking out the archer tower. So yeah, I mean, you know, you should always look to use your heroes for cleanup and use them as role players to, you know, shore up any mistakes you made with deployment. But I thought this was a great cleanup raid. I mean, he learned from my mistakes and he did a much better job than I did. So then my second raid this war was also Lava Hound raid, and it should have been a 3-star. But I think I needed a little bit more time to plan, and I didn't take that time to plan, unfortunately. So here it is, 95%. And I actually, with my current composition, if I would have kept my head on my shoulders, I would have been able to 3-star. As you can see here again, the air defenses are spread out, and so, you know, they're not overlapping. Ideal target for LavaLoon. I actually found that I could lure and do a kill and take out the queen, and I thought all that stuff would be very clever and help me. I was only losing 4 hounds this raid, so I thought, you know, killing the queen and killing those clan castle troops would have been a big help, but I actually was wrong about that. It's better to just take 5 hounds and let the pups explode and have that extra DPS. You actually want the archer queen to be shooting your hounds because she kills them, the pups come out, and then the pups kill the queen. So yeah, I just didn't, you know, at the time I was doing this, I didn't really understand that. Now, that being said, I could have definitely 3-starred this raid because everything went really well except that I ran out of time at the end. And you'll see here I have 8 barbarians. I was going to use these to group up the clan castle and kill them, but I mess up the lure because one giant did not tank long enough to lure the whole clan castle. I needed 2 giants up there to be able to lure all the troops out. So you can see here, there's still some clan castle troops left over in there. This is a spot that, you know, I knew they could lure out with the minions, so Now I'm gonna group these guys up, and this part of it, I will say this is actually pretty good. This is the way you want to group troops up if you're gonna do a balloon drop on them. So I just line a balloon up between those guys in defense, and he falls right on top of them and kills every single one of them. That's exactly how you want to do it. I did a great job there. So then my point here was send the giant in, and I expected the archer queen to jump the wall, but she didn't. So I sent my king in to kill her, but he had to get through this wall first, and basically I wasted my king. And again, like I said, I guess I didn't realize really that you want the queen to target your lava hounds because you want them to die. So here come the rest of the enemy clan castle. And, you know, I use my first rage here a little bit prematurely because at this point the rage is not doing very much except speeding my balloons up. And the important part of the rage is actually to make sure that the pups actually kill the clan castle. So at this point, you know, the pups still haven't popped out yet. So none of my lava hounds have died. And so it's actually a problem because the pups can't kill off the enemy clan castle. Looks like the clan castle must have died to splash damage just by an accident. So there's another pup explode, and I've got the last rage on those pups. Now the only problem is that I still have a lava hound left, and he hasn't died yet. And again, this is where, you know, if I wouldn't have done the lure and the whole clan castle would have come out, then probably that hound would have died just because it would have taken all that damage. But as it is, it's kind of sitting on low health, and I don't have quite enough troops to clean up this base. I do have, you know, the pups on the south side moving in. They're doing a good job down there, but all this stuff up at the top, that stuff's still there. And if I would have had the presence of mind, you recall I had some extra barbarians. If I would have saved them, I could have dropped those barbarians right now on that top building, and they would have started wrapping around. Because these archer towers focused on the balloons, obviously I have more than enough balloons to clean up the base, but you know, I was just hoping that lava hound would explode. If the lava hound would have exploded, I would have got 3 stars. But because he survived with a sliver of health, I don't have enough DPS to clean this base up. And you know, you can see it's actually really close. I just ran out of time, and if my king wouldn't have died, or if I would have saved the barbarians, or if I would have not done the lure, any of those things would have got me the 3-star here. So, you know, unfortunately a failed raid, but really close, and I think I learned from it. Next war, you know, I'm definitely going to do 2 more LavaLoon attacks, and hopefully I can get back-to-back 3-stars. You know, I think this strategy is... You know, there's a few things you need to understand when you do it, and you got to make sure you deploy it right, but it's so powerful, and once it gets going, it's almost like you don't even have to think about it. You know, just make sure you drop the rages on the pups. That's kind of all there is to it. So those are some LavaLoon attacks.